Welcome. Today, we're diving into configuring Ansible Controller in Linux. First, we'll get acquainted with Ansible. Think of it as your IT automation sidekick. Next, we'll cover the essentials you need before installing it. Then, we'll roll up our sleeves and install Ansible on Linux. Finally, we'll set up the configuration file to get everything running smoothly. Ready? Let's get started. I'm Emma Grace, an IAM expert with 10+ years of hands-on experience designing and deploying identity solutions that scale. I specialize in helping organizations implement secure, user-friendly access controls that reduce risk, meet compliance, and support growth without adding complexity. Let's start with the basics. Ansible is an open-source tool that makes automation a breeze. Goodbye manual configurations. But why use it? Because it's agentless, simple, and powerful. We'll go over its architecture, which is refreshingly straightforward. Lastly, I'll show you some real-world use cases. Think server provisioning, application deployment, and network automation. Exciting stuff, right? Before jumping into installation, let's check the prerequisites. Because no one likes surprises mid-setup. Ansible plays well with most Linux distributions, but having Python installed is a must. User permissions and SSH access are crucial. Think of them as the keys to unlock automation. Finally, we'll ensure our package manager is ready, because without it, installing Ansible would be like trying to make coffee without water. All right, time to install Ansible. We'll grab it using the package manager. Easy peasy. Once installed, we'll verify everything is in place because double-checking never hurts. Then, we'll set up the necessary directories so Ansible has a cozy home. Finally, a bit of post-install configuration to ensure it runs without hiccups. By the end of this, you'll be ready to automate like a pro. All right, folks, let's talk about Ansible Ad-Hoc Commands. Imagine needing to fix a small issue without pulling out the heavy artillery of a full playbook. That's exactly where ad-hoc commands shine. They're quick, they're efficient, and they're lifesavers when troubleshooting. The syntax, super simple. Think of them like your trusty Swiss Army knife. Small, handy, and perfect for those quick fixes. Now, variables and templates. These are like your automation superheroes. Instead of manually setting up configurations every single time, you define variables and create templates. With Jinja too, things get super flexible. Think of it like baking. A good recipe template lets you whip up delicious results every time, without reinventing the wheel. Roles in Ansible are like organizing your closet. Everything has its place, and life just gets easier. Instead of cluttered playbooks, roles help break things into neat, reusable chunks. They keep your automation manageable, scalable, and make sure your playbooks don't turn into chaos. Because let's be honest, nobody likes a messy setup. Handlers are like that friend who only steps in when truly needed. Efficient and reliable. Conditional execution. That's making smart decisions based on what's happening in the system. Together, they prevent unnecessary work and optimize playbook performance. Because let's face it, no one likes running around doing work that doesn't need to be done. Troubleshooting can be frustrating, but Ansible's got your back. Use the debug module to see what's really going on, turn up the verbosity for deep dives, and always, double-check your syntax before execution. It's like checking your parachute before skydiving. Best to be safe. Logs are the unsung heroes of troubleshooting. Keep them enabled, tweak their settings as needed, and let them do the heavy lifting when it comes to audits and compliance. Think of logs like your personal diary. Only instead of secrets, they hold the key to understanding everything that's happening in your system. Best practices. These are the golden rules for keeping your Ansible game strong. Clear YAML formatting saves headaches. Modular playbooks ensure reusability, and optimized execution keeps things running smoothly. And don't forget version control, because nobody likes the horror of breaking things without a backup plan. And that's a wrap. Time for questions, discussions, and maybe a few debates. If anything felt unclear, Or if you just want to geek out about automation, let's talk. The best learning happens through open conversations, so don't hold back. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.